matter. The fact of the matter. What happens when matter changes state? Active reading. 5. Identify. As you read, underline the 3 most familiar states of matter. Eating ice cream on a hot summer day can be messy business. Faster than you can lick it, the ice cream melts and drips down your hand. As ice cream melts, it goes through a change of state. The 3 most familiar states of matter are solid, liquid, and gas. A change of state is the change of a substance from one physical form of matter to another. When a substance undergoes a physical change, it does not change its identity, just its appearance. Energy is gained and lost. To change a substance from one state to another, energy must be added or removed. When a substance gains or loses energy, its temperature changes or its state changes. These 2 changes do not happen at the same time. The temperature remains constant until the change of state is complete. In the graph below, notice that the temperature of a solid remains the same until all of the solid has melted into a liquid. Also, the temperature of a substance remains the same until all of the liquid changes to a gas. Solid wax becomes liquid when the warmth of the flame causes a change of state. Visualize it. 6. Apply. Use the graph to determine which point, A, B, or C, represents a candle melting. Circle the correct letter. A. The temperature remains at the melting point until all of a solid changes to liquid. B. The temperature remains at the boiling point until all of a liquid changes to gas. C. Particle motion changes. All matter is made of tiny particles that are in constant motion. During a change of state, the motion of the particles changes. Particles can break away from each other and gain more freedom to move. This happens when a solid changes to a liquid, or a liquid changes to a solid. Particles can also attract each other more strongly and have less freedom to move. This happens when gas changes to a liquid, or a liquid changes. Solid facts. How do solids and liquids change states? Particles in a liquid can slide past each other, but particles in a solid can only move enough to vibrate. Removing energy from a liquid can cause it to change to a solid as the particles stop sliding past each other. Adding energy to a solid can cause it to change to a liquid as particles begin sliding past each other. By freezing. The change in state in which a liquid becomes a solid is called freezing. When a liquid is cooled, its particles have less energy than they did before. The particles slow down, and the attraction between particles increase. Eventually, the particles lock into the fixed arrangement of a typical solid. The temperature at which a liquid substance changes into a solid is the liquid's freezing point. Different substances have different freezing points. For example, the freezing point of water is 0 degrees Celsius. When energy is removed at 0 degrees Celsius, water converts to its frozen state, ice. The freezing point of the element mercury is minus 38.8 degrees Celsius. At 0 degrees Celsius, mercury is still a liquid. 9. Predict. In which sample of water do the water particles have more energy? 5 grams of ice cubes at negative 10 degrees Celsius, or 5 grams of liquid water at 20 degrees Celsius? How do you know? Visualize it. 10. Identify. In the box below each picture, write the state of the substance shown. Solids can change to liquids. Liquids can change to solids. The freezing point of water is 0 degrees Celsius, 32 degrees Fahrenheit. Liquid water changes to solid ice at this temperature. You can see this change taking place in the waterfall. By melting. Particles in a solid have an ordered arrangement.